So as you know, in a flipped classroom, you're preparing content ahead of time. Students engage with it either at home and then come to class ready to go for the activity or the discussion that you might be doing, or they might be using it as part of a station rotation model in class on that particular day. Now, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at how we can do that using a Google slide deck as well as a YouTube video. Now, the other thing we're going to add to this is we're going to do a screen recording and we're going to embed our webcam. Now, the reason for that is that research shows that when students can actually see you as part of that embedded video, they're more likely to engage with it. And then we're going to take it a step further. I'm going to show you how you can then take your recording from Screencastify and send it directly to Edpuzzle, where you can embed some check for understanding type questions, or perhaps have an opportunity for students to ask you questions or leave notes. Or you can assign it to Google Classroom. And again, Screencastify makes that really, really easy. Let's go take a look. So let's start with our Google slide deck, and we'll assume for the purpose of this instructional video that it's a content delivery type slide deck. So you're going to talk your way through the content as you go. So first of all, you'll need to come to the present button here, but we're not going to click the present button. We're going to use this small one just to the side. Click that and go with presenter view. This speaker notes and speaker control presenter view window will open up. You don't actually need it. You can just minimize it or just go ahead and close it. And so we've got our slide showing on this page here. Now it's still got this address bar and toolbar and some bookmarks bar and so forth at the top of the screen. You don't need to worry about that because of the way we're going to actually do our recording. So we're using Screencastify. We're going to start that up. Make sure you've got browser tab selected. Make sure your microphone is turned on and it's got the right microphone selected. For a laptop computer, typically it will be your internal microphone. Make sure your webcam selected. So again, on your MacBook, it will typically be the FaceTime camera. And then under more options, decide whether or not you need the countdown, decide whether or not you need the drawing tools. If you've got videos embedded in your presentation, it's really important that you have this tab audio turned on as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll press record. So after a short pause while Screencastify sets up and the countdown has actually happened, your webcam preview will appear in the bottom right hand corner by default. You can see in mine that it's covering up some of the content. So what I can do is I can click and hold on it and then drag it to where I need it to be on the screen so it's not in the way. Within the webcam preview, I can use this button here to toggle between this small thumbnail view and full screen view if I want to sort of address the students directly without the distraction of what's on the slide. I can also use this flip version here to flip the camera so that it's the right way around, if that's what you need, which is especially important if you've got some other handwritten stuff that you're doing on a whiteboard behind you or something like that, for example. So work your way through the slides and talk your way through and explain what's going on to the students as you go. Then finish your recording. That video is now opened up in Screencastify, and I've talked before about how you can do some basic editing by trimming the start and the end of your video. Now, once you've got your video sorted out, you then need to publish it for students to use. Now, you could just create a link and send that link to the students, but what's really cool about Screencastify is that when you come to more options and click on that, you've got the option of sharing to Google Classroom as well as to Edpuzzle. Now, if you don't see these, what you need to do is to come here to add more share options and click that and turn them on this screen here. It's a good idea to change the title of the video. It just makes it easier to find later on if you need to go looking for it in Google Drive. So we'll come back here to our more options. So if you go to share to classroom, you can choose your class. So I'll use my demo class for now. And then you can choose the action. So you can have it as an assignment, and you would go through the regular steps for setting up your assignment, or you can make an announcement or have it as a material resource for the students to use. Alternatively, you could upload to Edpuzzle. You'll need to go through the process for signing in and authorizing the Edpuzzle account. When you get to this screen here, go ahead and click the Google Drive button. And again, you'll need to go through and authorize it. Once you've done that, it'll appear in your My Content section. So initially, you'll have to wait a bit before it's actually ready in Edpuzzle. Sometimes you might need to refresh the My Content page in Edpuzzle to get it to actually appear on the page. When you go ahead and click on that one, and again, you can use the timeline editor here to cut the start and end out and add other edits to it, so you can remove sections if you need to. That's unlikely with a pre-recorded one that you might have done. And then you want to jump over to your questions here, and at the key points during your lecture, put the playhead where you want it to go. And so let's say that you've discussed some content, so you want to put in a check for understanding question. You can add a multiple choice question or an open-ended question, or you could put a note in and then link to other resources related to that particular part of your lecture. Now, under the open-ended question, really good idea there sometimes to give students an opportunity to ask you a question to see if they are actually understanding, or if to have another way of getting information from students about things that they may not have understood. When you've got it all done, you can go ahead and click finish on that. And then you're ready to assign it. So you click the assign button, choose the Google Classroom class that you're going to use. So I'll use grade 6 for now. Set your start date, any due dates that you might need. Decide whether or not you want to prevent skipping. So if you wanted to go to Google Classroom as well, you'll need to turn on the post to Google Classroom. Go ahead, click assign, and you can see here that it's already been posted to Google Classroom as well. All right, so let's look now at capturing you giving a discussion about a video that you might have on YouTube. So find the YouTube video that you want, and what you'll need to do, or what I think is actually a good thing to do, is next to the word watch, so just straight after the H there, put an underscore and then type the word pop-up. And that will give you YouTube's version of a full screen video. Next, we need to start Screencastify and set some stuff up there. So I'm going to go ahead and start the Screencastify extension. My suggestion is that you go with Browser tab, make sure you've got your microphone webcam enabled. Under more options, decide whether or not you want the drawing tools. Now the drawing tools are useful. I'm going to turn those on just for the moment because I will show you something, and then I'll do another version where I have the drawing tools turned off. And then we can go ahead, hit the record button. We'll need to wait for the 3-second countdown. All right, so I can give an introduction as to what the video is going to be about. Now my drawing tools down here, I can click on that and minimize them, and we'll see why that's important in just a moment. I can then go ahead, start playing my video, and if I want to hide my webcam preview here while the video is playing, I can just open up my drawing toolbar here and go stop webcam. Webcam goes away. When I want to discuss something, I can pause the video, start the webcam up again, and talk through what is important in that video. I've got my drawing tools there just in case I need those as well. Now, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just stop this recording for the moment. Now this time around, what I'm going to do is under my more options, I'm going to hide the drawing tools because I don't really want them. There's a slight distraction on the screen there, but I still want my webcam enabled. So I'll go ahead and press record, wait for the webcam to appear, start my video. Now this time, when I need to actually discuss something, I've got my webcam happening there. When I'm ready to continue the video and I want the thumbnail of my webcam to disappear from here, I can also just use Alt W, and that takes the webcam away, and then Alt W again, and it's back, ready for when I need to talk again. So Alt W is for toggling the webcam on and off in your video. So watch a portion, so when I want the students to watch a portion of the video, I can toggle the camera off, start the video up, and then when there's something I want to talk about, I can pause the video, toggle the camera back on, reposition it if I need to. I can resize it like that and reposition it, or I can hit this one here and go full screen as well. Just like we did with our Google Slides presentation video, we can share to Classroom, we can share to Edpuzzle, depending on what you want students to do with the content that you're delivering. There you go. So there's how we can create some engaging content that is customized to your class and be able to deliver it ahead of time for students to watch and respond to, so then they're ready when they come to class to get into the activity that you develop for them or for the discussion that you're going to lead. As always, if you run into any problems, there's always little things that crop up. Come and see me, we'll get you sorted out. Have a good one.